Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with
Here now, in this game, one goal, one team. Fight for that possession, gotta act fast. Another shot, another pass. The city comes to life and they got something to say. Come on, let's go. I feel devotion.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Istanbul. Tonight, we are at the Ulker Sports Hall, where 2017 champions Fenerbahce host reigning Euro Cup champions Paris Basketball in round 31 of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. It's the last double week of the regular season, and throughout the continent, teams are jockeying for one of the coveted top 10 postseason bids. Sitting in 7th position in the table, Paris is one of those teams hoping to grab a playoff place. They lost to Fener the last time they met. Can they reverse that result tonight? We hear now from Coach Thiago Splitter.
Definitely playing against a very talented team. You know, we all fighting for something, and it's going to be extremely difficult playing away here at their home. And but I think our guys are, you know, motivated, and they know what is at stake, and they're ready for it.
As for Fenerbahce, well, they entered their home arena this evening needing just one win to guarantee a top 6 spot. They're led by a coach who won this competition 4 times with 3 different clubs. Here's Coach Jasikevicius.
Well, I think it starts with the rebound. I think it starts with our offense. Need to be smart offensively, patient offensively, rebound, you know, the ball offensively, or get back on the defense. So, you know, it's a lot of things that are going on before.
Well, good evening, everyone. Live images from inside the Ulker Sports Hall. In round 31 of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague as Fenerbahce play host to Paris Basketball. Just the second time these two teams have played against each other. And we can show you the slate of games here on offer tonight. Remember, this is the last double week of the season, so this week should go a long way into deciding who's going to grab one of those top 10 play-in positions. My name is Liam Canny. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is my partner, Martin Henlin. And Martin, we've approached the business end of the season.
It gets easier to figure out when there's just 4 games left. You basically win and advance. That's all it comes down to now. You take it one game at a time, and that you can actually see the finish line in sight. This week, though, I think is crucial. By the end of this week, because it's a double week, we're going to know probably 8 of the 10 teams that we're confident will make it to the playoffs.
Just a reminder to the viewers, those top 6 spots in the red go straight to the playoffs. Spots 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just the second year we have the play-in format. And Martin, it added such excitement last year as it is this year that teams can still play themselves into the postseason by getting one of those 7, 8, 9, or 10 spots.
Yeah, and also it makes the first round of the playoffs really exciting because those play-in games, you've got do or die over the first week of the playoffs before we get into the best of 5. And as we're looking at the lineup of a short-handed Paris, you know, games now, we say every game matters, but they really do. You've always got something to play for. And that's why, you know, Paris, they're the walking wounded tonight, just down to 10 players.
So they're missing Colin Malcolm, Mauado Lowe, both out with hamstring injuries. Dalton Holmes is also a scratch, and Leon Kratzer is out for personal reasons. There's Coach Thiago Splitter. And Martin, Paris are a team that play up-tempo, right? They're like a track team. So with fewer players, is that going to alter how they go about their business tonight?
They'll play the same style of basketball, but the game plan for Fenerbahce is going to be to slow them down anyway. Or when you get them on defense, make them play long 20-second sets so that they do get tired on offense. Well, nothing's slowing this man down.
Well, we'll take a look at some of the key players first. It is Nadir Hefi, just his first EuroLeague season. He was an All-Euro Cup second-team selection when Paris won this title last year. And Martin, it is a perimeter-oriented team. Hefi, now Tyson Ward, and of course we'll see TJ Shorts later on.
Yeah, but what Ward gives them, he's like a utility player. He plays multiple positions, and he can guard the point guard of the opposition, and that's benefited them all season because he can keep quicker guards in front of them, contest their shots, so the breakdown point guards do not get to the basket against Tyson Ward.
We'll go across the midcourt stripe now and take a look at some of the players who will feature for Fenerbahce. If you haven't been following this season, all season, Eric McCollum in the top left-hand side of your screen, 37 years of age, was signed in January, and he certainly added a dimension to this Fenerbahce roster.
Yeah, but McCollum is a pure scorer, and that's what they need with the players that are injured. Scotty Wilbekin's done for the season. Wade Baldwin's been out most of the season. He's strung back. No Devon Hall tonight. So Hayes Davis is a game-time decision.
That's right.
Because it's so important. If they win tonight, they will definitely be in the top 6. So it's worth rolling the dice with Hayes Davis. But McCollum has really brought some magic to this game.
Well, he was a 2-time scoring leader in the Euro Cup. Previously in his career, Eric McCollum with Panionios and Loco Kuban. Martin, here are some of the key players now for Fenerbahce.
Well, Guduric, I mean, again, I keep saying we're highlighting him, but he's like an unsung hero for this team. He's had to take on point guard duties with Baldwin and with Wilbekin out, and he's just been masterful at it. Normally he comes off the bench, but he's just stepped in for Coach Jaskevicius. And we're talking about even that in defeat, he had a big game against Monaco. Although, the truth of the matter be told, none of them could stop Mike James. Not even Wade Baldwin.
Yeah, it's a good spot by Guduric, as you say, Martin. He moved over to the point guard. Not a natural point guard, but he can do a job there.
He can play into the first 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3.
For sure. Here's Wade Baldwin. You can see his performance this season. And now our head-to-head between Eric McCollum at 37 years of age and TJ Shorts, who's in just his first EuroLeague season.
Yeah, but it's funny how last week in the in round 30, they both had 24 points. Although, TJ Shorts' PIR was 37, McCollum in defeat ends up with 23. McCollum is similar to Shorts in the mid-range game he thrives on. Off the dribble, pull-up jump shots. That's his game. So it'll be interesting to see how they manage each other. I don't think McCollum will guard Shorts too much tonight, but statistically their performances will both be relevant as this game goes on.
Well, TJ Shorts won the MVP of the round last round in those 24 points against Milan. He also had 10 assists, which accounts for the double-double. Man, explain why he had such a big PIR.
He's so good that it's almost like we've lost the superlatives to describe him now, because it's almost like when Campazzo first came to the league. Yeah. It's like, how does he do this? It's not just the size, it's the basketball brain that
Mark,
he has.
You and I have talked off air about this, right? So TJ Shorts feeds on mid-range jump shots, and that's been a lost art in basketball over the last 5 or 6 years.
And actually, we pick apart his three-point shooting. He's not a bad three-point shooter. He just doesn't shoot very many of them. But the mid-range jump shot has become more important this season, because teams now, when we look at the shot zone, halftime and post-game, you'll see they either shoot threes or they shoot around the basket. Paris have had success because they've had that mid-range jump shot. Fenerbahce have been boosted with the addition of Eric McCollum because he can make that mid-range bucket for them, and they can create it themselves.
Well, we'll take a look at those shot charts when they present themselves at halftime and at the end of the game. We're here in the Ulker Sports Hall. Martin, it is the 25th anniversary edition of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. We are on the road to Abu Dhabi, and we're getting ever closer to figure out who's going to be in the Final Four. Well, the PA announcer brings the Paris players out onto the floor. It is the first time ever that Paris have been in the EuroLeague. Martin, they're on a project. They won the BCL back in 2023, the Basketball Champions League. 2024, they won the Euro Cup, and here they are now. And there's a core of players who won both of those titles with Bonn, first of all, then with Paris in the Euro Cup, and here they are in the EuroLeague. How important is that kind of togetherness?
Well, they've got that chemistry, and that's carried them so far. As you said, they've got a unique playing style, and you look, you know, they had a 10-game winning streak through October, November, December, and, you know, other teams in the EuroLeague just couldn't figure them out. The difference for them now is in the second half of the season, teams now have got a plan. They've got a way to slow them down. Fenerbahce beat them last time by just slowing them down and forcing them into long offensive sets. Now, this team, I'm pretty confident is going to make the playoffs, but, you know, if you look at trends, you know, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games on the road, and they're coming in against a team in Fenerbahce that have won 5 on the bounce at home. So if you look at what the stats are telling you over the last month or so, Paris have got some work to do.
Well, you can see here in the Ukra Sports Hall, in the Jumbotron above, it's showing you some history of the club. Fenerbahce will wear a special uniform tonight, a retro uniform to mark the 25th anniversary of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. They will lionize some of the club heroes. We'll introduce them as they come out. Fener make their 24th appearance in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. They've been ever present in this competition. They've only won it once. Back in
but they're the first Turkish team to do it.
That's right.
The debate between them and FS goes on. They say we won it twice, and ever says we won it twice. They say we won it first.
Well, here you can see some of the mystery and magic of this competition. The club is celebrating the contributions of 3 past players. Jan Bartu, who played both for the football club and the basketball club. That's right. That's right. All 3 of these players have been captains. Ibrahim Kudluay, who won the title back with Panathinaikos in 2002. Do you remember him, Mark?
Yeah, what a player, yeah. Sadly, I played against him, but as in, got destroyed playing against him. But don't discount Meli, even though he's riding on the shoulders of Kudluay. You know, Meli Mamatoglu has been an absolute legend with this club. He's been here. He was here when they won their championship. He's ever consistent. And, you know, I've got this passion. The domestic players, I always feel, are the ones that make the difference come crunch time.
They certainly have a level of passion for the club. We should update our viewers that the last time these 2 teams met, Martin, technically was round 17, but it had to be made up and played later. It was played in January, not long ago. It was a close game. Fenerbahce won 87-83, but they dominated the boards against Paris.
Well, 30 offensive rebounds they had. And Fener's not a great offensive rebounding team, but they were down big after the first period. And then they ramped up the pressure, and what they did was they slowed Paris down. And by slowing them down, Paris suddenly had to play them in a half-court set, and they weren't big enough to contend with the size and the veteran experience of Fenerbahce.
Yeah, it's Kavarius Hayes who's in the front court for Paris. They're going to be without Leon Kratzer tonight. And Hayes picked up in the offseason. He's a rim protector, not really a scorer, but he'll provide at least some kind of presence in the front court for Paris.
Yeah, well, the thing for Hayes is because of Hiffy, Malcolm, if he's available, Ward, and of course Shorts, he gets a lot of one-on-one opportunities. So Kavarius Hayes' scoring has come up this year, but he's not someone who's going to go for 20 points and win a game for you.
Here's your starting lineup for the visitors. It's Shorts, Herrera, Ward, Jantunen, the Finn at the 4, and Kavarius Hayes, the player we were just talking about, at the 5 spot for the visitors. And now, so Hayes Davis Martin was a game-time decision. He's going to get the start. Guduric at the point guard, as you alluded to earlier. Babinovic, the Canadian Pierre, and Sinicic Sandler rounds out the starting 5 for Fenerbahce.
Yeah, and interesting that Pierre is getting the start because he hasn't had much game time this season at all. He's been DMP for the last 2 games. So this may be an opportunity for Coach Jaskevicius to see what you get out of him and Hayes Davis early on.
Yeah, here's our combined officiating crew, the 3 wise men who will look at the games tonight. Busy for the referees, Martin, in the double week. They will travel all across the continent of Europe, 18 teams, 9 different countries and 15 cities in this competition. Martin, just on Pierre. So remember when Itoudis was the coach of Fenerbahce, Pierre and Hayes Davis were playing 30, 34 minutes a game. Sometimes they played 40 minutes a game. In comes Jesse Kavicius, and Pierre comes out of the rotation.
Yeah, well, coaches have their systems.